And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you with tonight's episode, The Writer's Barely Disguised Fetish. That was so corny. So Miller's Girl is a brand new drama/comedy film, not a thriller film. I don't know who said this was a thriller. I don't know where the thrill was, but whoever said that is a liar. Anyways, the film is directed by Jade Bartlett, and it stars Jenna Ortega, Martin Freeman, and Gideon Adlon. A creative writing assignment yields complex results between a teacher and his talented student. Yeah, that's it. That's practically the entire movie in a nutshell. Now, I am willing to bet that most of you have probably never even heard of this movie, and I think that's completely fair, because if we're being honest, the marketing for this film was absolutely atrocious, and truth be told, you're not missing much. Now let me start with the one good thing of this entire movie, and that is Jenna Ortega. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, Jenna Ortega has officially become a household name. Like, if I see her name on a poster or I see her name tied to something, I'm going to tune in, and most people who are fans of her are going to tune in. With that being said, Jenna is the scene stealer in this entire movie. Every time the camera's on her, she will own the scene. Like, she will make the most out of it. Even if the scene requires her to have very little dialogue, all eyes are on her. And she is just super entertaining to watch on screen. Now, don't get me wrong, all of the other performances were great. Martin Freeman, Gideon Adlon, they were all just great. But Jenna Ortega, she really is the saving grace of this movie. Despite how generic and simple the story may be, it did make use of the 90-minute runtime, I cannot lie. Other than Jenna Ortega and the performances from the other actors, and I guess the runtime, that's really all I got for the pros. My biggest problem with this movie was the story. The story, it just felt so basic and generic, and I feel like they really went nowhere with it, you know what I mean? So, the movie essentially is about a student having a flirtatious relationship or trying to form a flirtatious relationship with her teacher. Now listen, that concept alone already does not resonate well with a lot of people, and rightfully so. So that can really be a factor as to why many people will not tune in for this movie. So if people don't want to pop out for this movie because they don't like that concept alone, I think that is completely fair. Now, if you're going to take this concept, at least go further with it. You know what I mean? I feel like the movie only scratched the surface with that story. Like, yeah. Overall, the story just felt half-baked. I saw the potential, but that potential just went nowhere. Remember when I said this movie was a comedy and a drama? So there is comedy sprinkled out in the film. Some people may like it, some people may not. As far as the ending, I felt like the ending was unintentionally hilarious. You know, like, I'm not going to spoil what happens, but it really got me thinking. There is no way this is how the movie ends. There is just no way. This is... What? And not only is the ending just hilarious, it ends on an anticlimactic note. Like, you're just gonna end it right there? Or maybe that was the intention. But I would have preferred a better ending. In the end, Miller's Girl, I don't see myself revisiting this movie anytime soon, and I can't really recommend it to anyone, but I feel like the only time in which I feel like I would watch this movie again, I would have to be with a group of friends, and we just want to watch a movie that we can just have a good laugh at for all the wrong reasons. So, plugging Miller's Girl into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pass zone. I know what you're all thinking. TJ, you just shat on this movie practically. Why are you putting it into the pass zone? Let me explain. This movie, arguably, could be a fun, bad film. Again, I feel like this is a movie that you would laugh at, but for all the wrong reasons. And Jenna Ortega absolutely carried this movie without a doubt. But yeah, that is pretty much my review for Miller's Girl. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about Miller's Girl. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What is your favorite Jenna Ortega performance? Are you excited for Wednesday season 2? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you all in the next one.
After working up the nerve, almost equal in size, I walked around with the iron for any wrinkle in time. I paid a piece of my mind for every nickel and dime, but never less than a 5 and never slept on the job. A killer crept on your squad, yet never left the garage, where your guide was close enough to see the flesh of his eyes. Get to the button and press, it's what the message advised. What's the threat behind the message where the testament lies?